Hello everyone. So this week we are going to be making friends with discomfort. And I hope that you have, as I mentioned last week, one edible item that you love and one edible item that you do not like at all. Okay? If you do not have them, just pause this and go and get something. I said that it could be something like chocolate or like a piece of fruit, and then maybe something like marmite if you don't like it, or something like chili, because chili is one of those things that maybe is going to give you a discomfort too. Even if you like it, I like chili, but I learned this with chili, with very spicy chili. So there you go. Just find something you don't like. Now, up to now, we have seen how attention goes where we know it goes, where attention goes, energy goes. We also have seen that if unattended, our monkey mind will just take hold of us, and we will be just all over the place, and going from the future to the past. We already know as well that if left to its own devices, worry will at times be playing tricks on us, and it will get us hooked on a never ending trip of ruminating, of catastrophizing, and overthinking. And we also saw the benefits of being able to just be in witness of the traffic jam of our minds. Yeah. But in this session, we will, because we have already learned how to pay attention, and we hopefully have been practicing every day to do these little activities, so we can be more mindful. In this session, we will challenge ourselves to face something difficult. And this is one of those sessions that might not feel particularly comfortable. So I am just reminding you, but if you stay and if you try it, I totally assure you that you will find some of the most interesting experiences that are learned in mindfulness. Because eventually, this is one of the things that is going to help you the most to shift perception and make the most of mindfulness. So let's begin. Now, I want you to have your piece of fruit or your piece of chocolate, whatever you have as a yummy treat. And I want you first to hold it on your hand. And now you can see it. So I want you to see it, observe it, see what thoughts come to you, see how it feels in your body to have it there, and to know that you're going to have a little bit of it. How does that feel in your body? And now that you have it there and that you are paying attention and having the sensation of what that is bringing into your body and your mind, now I want you to hold it closer to your nose and smell it. You're going to smell it. And with the smell, sometimes you will have memories, so you will have just a good feeling because it's something you really like, isn't it? So just see and notice what that makes you feel. Do you feel you want to eat it already? Is your mouth watering? Just feel the sensations and the thoughts that cross your mind. Just pay attention and notice. Just feel how you feel. And now I want you to just grab a little piece of that, piece of fruit or the chocolate, and I want you to hold it close to your mouth and maybe just start noticing how it feels just before you put it in your mouth. How does it feel in your lips? And now you're going to pop a little piece of that into your mouth. And you're not going to eat it yet. You're only holding it on your tongue. And feel if maybe you have all the flavor in your mouth already just by having it on your tongue. Or what is the urge for you? Do you feel you want to have it already? And just feel it there. Feel what is happening in your mouth. And now slowly, like it depends if it's a piece of chocolate, you can maybe start feeling that it's melting, or if it's a piece of fruit, then you start crunching it a little bit. And then you slowly start crunching it, whatever it is that you have there. And feel what is happening in your mouth, around your mouth. When is that the moment in which you have more of that sensation of the flavor, and what is the urge? You want to swallow it? Just feel the sensations. Sometimes we have an urge to eat something just quickly and we don't really stop and notice. And while you're doing that, I want you also to think of where that item is coming from. Where was it before being in your hand? Where was it before being in the packet? Where was it before being in the shop? Where is that coming from? What are the ingredients in it? Where was it once when it just started to be? And having these kind of thoughts make us not only appreciate where that food is coming from and how grateful we can be because it's here with us, but it can also give us a little perspective of what is the relationship that we have with that piece of food. Now, for the food that is really yummy or the treats that we have, sometimes we have a connection even of comfort. So that happens with chocolate or with ice cream. And if you think about it, even in movies, we see that, uh, somebody breaks up and they have a tub of ice cream and a box of chocolates. And when you stop and reflect on why that is because certain foods really give us comfort. And why do they give us comfort? Because we were given them for comfort. And we moms sometimes do that with our children when they're crying, and you just want to put something in the mouth and they will just be quiet. And we have learned over the years that food sometimes can feel that emptiness or that sadness, and we start creating those connections between what we feel with the food that we're eating and the comfort that is giving us because we have an emotional link to that piece of fruit or chocolate. Just something for you to reflect on. Now, just reflect on how that feels. It's a very, very nice experience because you really like what you're having. And not only are you having what you like, but you're having that experience being more expanded because you're doing it slowly and because you're more concentrated on what you're doing and you're paying attention to all the senses. That experience becomes even more rich. But what happens when we do it with something we don't like? Now you will find out. So, because it's something you don't like or that is very strong, you will actually try to be obviously more careful, right? You're not going to just go for the big piece of chili like you would go for the chocolate. But in this instance, like what I have done sometimes with students as well or other people, they just grab a little piece. So you just will grab a little piece of whatever it is. If it's chili, just a tiny piece. And if it's the marmite, maybe just a little dab on your finger. And we are going to do the same. First, you're going to observe it. So observe what are the feelings that come from that. And normally they will be repulsive. And they definitely will not be expansive. But if you really pay attention, they feel contracted. You don't want to have it. But you are going to have it. Maybe just a little taste. You have the intention because it's an exercise. And because I said to you before that you might find this a little bit, not very comfortable, but this is the point of this exercise. So I ask you that if you can do it more consciously, then it's going to give you more. So now you hold it close to your nose and then you smell what that smells like, if it's the chili or the marmite or whatever you chose, and smell. And the same is going to happen. You probably will have a memory or you have a cringe or something will come up. Just stay with it. The important thing is to stay with the feeling and observe the feeling. And you will tense, but just observe it. And by observing it, you can feel that nothing is happening. There is no danger. You just feel it. Breathe in. And if you're feeling tension in your body, breathe it out. And now I want you to, or maybe you are not going to put all the piece of chili in your mouth or the dab of marmite in your mouth, because that is the case with the thing you don't like. But maybe if you just taste it, and if it's chili, like it happened to me, was a very, very spicy chili, you will feel discomfort. And the point is to feel the discomfort. So please be generous. And if it's the marmite or anything else that you don't like, do the same thing. Just stay with the discomfort. It's not going to kill you. And that is the point of the exercise. To know that as much as we can think that is the worst thing and that is the most horrible taste, is not going to kill you. And stay with it. How does that feel in your mouth? What reaction did you have? What do you want to do? You want to run and get some water? Do you want to have something else to taste? Do you want to grab the chocolate next to you and just change the taste? Don't. Just stay with the feeling. You will have time for that. And just see what that is causing in your body. Now, this is called mindful eating. You take your time, you feel the emotions, you feel all the senses, you see what it feels like, what it looks like, what does it, what causes in your, when you touch it, when the memories come or the thoughts come, and you're having a like sensory experience with the food that you're eating. I'm not telling you to eat like this all the time because you will never finish a meal. But if sometimes you could just grab one of the mouthfuls that you're giving yourself during this week, I would like you just to pay attention. You went through the bad feelings, bad because you labeled them bad. You know that you can actually stand there even with the discomfort, which is not the worst and it didn't kill you. But I want you for this week, every day, it could be breakfast or lunch or dinner, just one bite, one of those mouthfuls that you're going to have. I want you to consciously taste it and immerse in the whole sensations when you're having that mouthful. Okay? And with that, we see you next week.